All right, y'all. So I'm back again with the nightcap, even though I did drop a second video earlier today, which, by the way, is actually doing pretty good as far as the numbers are concerned. If you missed that, go ahead and check that out. And then also check out the my morning drop that I dropped today. Um, in this particular video, bruh, I'm just kind of reiterating everything I spoke on, but like what to look forward to, with the week coming ahead. You feel me? So a couple of things that we got to remember. And I'm not only making this video for you, I'm making it for myself as well, bro. Because sometimes I'll make a video and I'll continue my journey, but then it's always one thing, one person, one situation that tries their absolute best to move me off center, bro. Every time. So this is a way to kind of remind myself like to be calm, because again, when you're on semen retention, let's be honest, bro, you might come off as a little aggressive sometimes. You might come off having a lot of energy. When you have all this magnetism, you have all this aggression, it will be expressed in some way, shape, or form. How you drive, how you talk, how you take care of things at work, all the way down to how you walk, like all of that. You feel me? So with that being said, and this is, I'm not trying to speak this over anybody, nobody's life or anything like that, but the thing about being on retention and having the magnetism is that it makes you noticeable by default. And when when you become noticeable, it's kind of like, somebody that's in a party and, they start wilding out, like they start breakdancing, and then all of a sudden there's like a circle that forms around them. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to be out on the dance floor breakdancing, but what I'm saying is your energy has that magnetic pull. Your energy has that pull for you to receive attention. Now, all attention is good attention, but sometimes there's going to be people who notice that light, notice your energy, and they're going to try to move you off center. So it's the same thing if you're dealing with your girl, or if you're dealing with a female that you're talking to. Most women, they love to shit test. They love to see how strong you really are from within. Sometimes they don't even give a fuck about your muscles. They don't care about your car. They don't care about the size of your D. They don't care about none of that shit. They actually care about how mentally tough you are. And sometimes women purposely will test you. Women will purposely try to move you off center. Okay, so the best thing to remember is, number one, never get off center. Don't ever get off center over something that is small, minuscule. Like, you have to be able to read energy. You have to be able to, you have to know when somebody is actually trying to poke at, your emotions and trying to move you off center. Somebody usually that's like that, you don't need in your life anyway. But, there's some people that you work with, that you go to school with, that you go to church with, hell, some of your family members, some cousins, people who live on your street, that one annoying ass next door neighbor who's always, moving your trash can or moving something and being petty, bro. It's always going to be something small that's going to try to move you off center. There's been so many people, so many guys, number one, who haven't been on retention, right? So if you're not on retention, that means 9 times out of 10, I don't know if you are actually exercising any type of discipline in your life. I don't know you personally. You could be the most disciplined as person that I could ever meet, but it's a special type of energy that you develop the longer you do retain your energy, the longer you do retain your seed, and the longer you get out of that vibration of thinking about, damn, when is gonna be my next, or damn, I'm feeling some type of way. A lot of people will relapse. A lot of people will fail because they start thinking about shit, or they are moved off center. And now all of a sudden it's like, well, because I feel shitty from within, now I have to do something with my flesh to please how I feel right now, to numb how I feel right now. And all because what? You didn't get paid on time, your job shorted you your check, your chick is not texting you back, she's active online, but she's not texting you back. See, here's the thing, bro. As men, we deal with a lot. Life is always going to be challenging us every single day. Don't let, especially, and then again, a lot of guys' downfall is when women be shit testing them and then, you know, just playing around. Sometimes they be playing around, or sometimes they're just feeling emotional and they have their options, and you are gonna be one of the options that she fucks with, bro. Don't let a woman moving you off center be your greatest downfall. I repeat, don't let a woman that's trying to move you off center be your biggest downfall. Don't let that affect your whole entire day. See, it's better to go in monk mode and not make any commitments with anybody else. Take time out to commit to yourself, commit to the journey, you know, talk to God, you know, ask for discernment, ask for a level of tolerance with yourself. Some dudes lose their patience, they lose their shit. And if a female is not texting them on time, if a female is not showing them attention, if a female is not, you know, giving them what a guy feels like he deserves, guys start to act irrational. Dudes start to think illogically. They start to move with emotion. It's never good when a guy starts to move just off of emotion. It doesn't end too well. Okay, so will you have, you know, the emotions of like sometimes you might get irritated, angry, you know, livid, things of that nature, right? As human beings, we will always be disappointed. We're always going to be, you know, in some way, shape, or form, we will get mad. We will get disappointed. It's part of it's part of the matrix. It's part of us living our life, right? The biggest thing we can do though is control our emotions and make sure if we gotta like decompress, if we gotta like take time out, if we gotta walk out the room, if we gotta go drive down the street, bro, go ahead and do that, dog. Don't let life allow you to crash out. And please don't let your girl or a girl that you know, on and off talking to, don't let her, first of all, don't let her see you crash out. And secondly, don't crash out. Now, the reason why I say that is because I've had so many experiences where, you know, women have tried me in the past. Like, I'm not gonna lie, women have tried me in the past. I'm not afraid to say that. You know, everybody, you know, has to learn someday. Me, unfortunately, I didn't have no brothers growing up. You know, it was just my older sister, and it was me being the middle child. So you know, I got middle child syndrome, and then of course my younger sister. So I didn't have nobody to tell me how to like deal with females, or you know what I'm saying, make sure not to get played by females. I remember this one situation. This is a story time. It's probably won't be too long. And I think I probably mentioned this on the video, on one of my videos, probably like when I first started like dropping my SR SR videos and shit like that. I was dating this chick. I was young at the time. I think like 20, 21, like around that age. I was dating this chick. She was beautiful. I think she was 2 years younger than me or whatnot, but she was beautiful, bad as hell. Like, the only reason why I actually stayed with her and I wanted to be with her, number one, she actually was a lesbian. So don't ask me how I was able to turn her over to the home team, but I was able to do that. She was lesbian, but she felt my energy, bro. The only reason why we actually even connected like that was because in my mind, I knew that I liked her, but I wasn't stressing trying to sleep with her. I wasn't stressing trying to do anything because I respected the fact that she was quote unquote lesbian. Anywho, we ended up getting together. This relationship didn't even last too long. It's the talking stage or whatnot. It was a decent amount of time and everything, but like officially being together, it really didn't last too long. And I remember like, you know, going throughout the relationship, I became pretty much like all in. So I was like texting her every day. I was saying, "How are you doing?" At the time, I was like very, very religious, and at the time, she was very, very quote unquote somewhat awoke to the spiritual aspect of living. So out the gate, our frequencies wasn't on the same type of level, right? She checked out probably 6, 7 months before she actually did what she did. Tell me, and this is crazy, bro. When I say she moved me off center and I almost completely lost it, like I literally almost completely lost it, bro. And I'm so glad that I had like some level of restraint. But we were talking for about maybe 4 or 5 months. She checked out probably like 6 months ago. Um, and it was like we were talking, and then she said she wanted to be with me. We you feel me? We did the do or whatnot. It was amazing. I ain't gonna hold you. That was probably like one of the best experiences that I had, like when it comes to like my young dating life. She was a model type looking chick. She was beautiful. She checked out though. And I did so many things wrong, bro. I simped too hard. I was giving her too much attention. I was, whenever she was ready to take a step back and trying to break up with me, I was like, no, we can pray about it. Trust me. I'll do the most for you. And bro, I was like a huge simp over this chick, right? It came to the point where she ended up sleeping with my coworker. Like, long story short, boom. She slept with my coworker. I didn't find out until later on where she pulled up to the same job that we all was working at. And that shit sent me through the fucking roof, dog. Because that morning she was acting crazy, like not texting me back like that. Like usually I'm like, hey baby, good morning. I hope God like shines the light on you and all this. I was saying all type of crazy shit, right? Simp ass shit, right? The whole time she was with the other dude. I come to work. I'm waiting for her to pull up. She pulls up in her car, which by the way, I actually helped her get that car. So many stories with that relationship, bro. Goddamn. Like when I say we had some really good moments, but then we also had some real kind of shady moments where it's just like I don't feel like she was telling me the truth 100%. But anyway, I help her get a car or whatnot. She pulls up to the car. She pulls up to the job with the car that I helped her get. She wasn't driving though. One of my coworkers was actually driving. So this dude actually drove her car to work. So he had my girl in the car. And bro, when I say I was so mad, bro. I was extremely mad. I'm like, what the fuck? What am I just like? What's happening right now? We go inside. He I tell her, I was like, yo, what's up? I basically kind of confront her and him, and they kind of just walked inside, kind of brushed things off or whatnot. I'm like, nah, I ain't finna just brush shit off. You feel me? By this moment, I'm off centered. I'm not thinking logically. Um, Something happens where we get into the same little office area, and then I just kind of snapped, bro. All I remember was saying like, yo, you a such and such. Uh, and then I walked up to homeboy. See, my coworker, he was a snake. Whole time prior to like him sleeping with my girl, he told me that like, yo, man, I'm working on this thing right now, bro. Like, we gonna see what's good with it. And like, bro, the amount of anger and animosity, because I don't like when people be playing and plotting on me and playing with my energy like that. How are we supposed to be coworkers when we supposed to be friends? Well, not really friends, but just coworkers working with each other, and you was plotting on my chick the whole time. I almost went to beat his ass, but I didn't. And then I walked up to her and I was like, yo, how you gonna let this happen? Da 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 da. And then she was like, I told you I didn't want to be with you. Bro, I ended up taking her phone and I stormed out. I took her phone and I walked out. She was like, give me my phone. I was like, man, fuck that. I went outside with her phone, and all I can remember was taking her phone, looking at that motherfucker, and throwing that bitch on the motherfucking roof, bro. I threw her phone on the roof, and I just didn't return to work. I quit my job like on the spot, and I ended up damn near almost walking home. I ended up catching the bus home and shit, but like I was extremely hurt. I was extremely off centered. I was moving irrational, and thank God I ain't put my hands on nobody. even though I wanted to. I had to get something that was like close to her heart though, which I know like she loves using the phone and shit like that. So yeah, taking the phone and then throwing it on the roof and then just walk and then just kind of storming off was kind of next level shit. I didn't know what I was planning to do. But I say all that to say, and I share my story because, like, again, there's so many guys who get moved off centered because, a woman just wants to move on or she's sleeping with somebody else or whatnot like that. Like, things like that happen. You don't have to sit there and accept that. But I'm not saying that, like, something like that extreme will happen, but you never know how you will actually react until you get into a situation. One other example was the chick that I got pregnant. And this happened a lot more recent. This was probably like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And if you guys know about that story, then you know. Shout out to the MGTOGs. But yeah, with that situation, it was very toxic because she always wanted to get me riled up emotionally, and then she would want to give me fellatio like right after. Like it was crazy as fuck. I guess it turned her on when we could argue and shit like that, and then after the fact, just go crazy, go ape shit crazy in the bedroom. There's this one time where shit kind of damn near almost hit the fan, and I'm like, look, bro, I ain't never put my hands on a female, but she was really enticing me and just being super cantankerous that like I told her straight up, I was like, bro, I am. At the time, I didn't have a car either, so, bro, that's another thing too, bro. I could literally talk to y'all all day about my experiences. One lesson I always remembered from that situation, because I didn't have a car at the time, when a woman has a car or she has like she's doing a little bit better than you or has like a little leeway, she will try the fuck out of you. She will talk to you any which kind of way. I kid you not. If we talk about like a modern day female, if we talking about a woman who's entitled and who kind of likes to do things her way. If she got a car and you don't got a car, oh, best believe she gonna be treating you any type of way. She's gonna be talking to you any type of way. I've dealt with it, and me personally, I ain't want to keep dealing with it. You feel me? So there's been times where I was chilling with her after I done beat her guts in her car. We would argue, get into some type of like just verbal war, and I just be like, bro, let me out the fucking car, bro. Let me out the car. I will walk. I don't care where I'm at right now. See, that's a situation you never want to be in, bro. Trust and believe. But basically, we got into one huge argument. I was like, bro, get like this ends now. Because if I say anything else, you probably might put your hands on me. I'm not even trying to get it there. The most I did, and during this time too, I want to say this was like in my early stages of trying to attempt to be on semen retention, but I couldn't get past a week with this bitch because every time when I went 2-3 days, she would start craving my energy, and then she would try to move me off center, and sometimes like she wouldn't move me off center, and she would still give me the pussy. You feel me? Because I just maintained frame. But I just got tired of the back and forth, and yeah, that situation, the most that ever happened again was like I probably said some things that was a little hurtful. I didn't even really call her out her name. I think I get that from my mama because my mama is very good at making you feel shitty without cursing at you. Like that's how you know when like my parents they not the type of people to curse people out, but they know how to make you feel like crap. And I feel like that's hereditary. Um, yeah, I did that. Some tears was shedded or whatnot, and pretty much I vowed to myself to number one, never let a female get me to that point where I have to punch a hole in the wall or I have to like slam the door or I have to do anything crazy, bro. There's too many niggas that been in so many situations, throw their life away, all because they can't control their emotional state. See, when we go back to practicing semen retention, you're damn near practicing control every second of the day. So yes, you might become a little bit more sensitive to certain things, but you have the mindset to think about it logically and say like, you know what, I don't have to move with emotion for this because I already know how the outcome can be. I know how intense my energy is. Your words are going to hit different. So it's like when you decide to, give somebody the business, they going to feel it. They going to feel it. So you have to remember that like, okay, I can't just lash out like that. I can't let a female, you know, see the thing where I fucked up at, going back to homegirl when I threw the cell phone on top of the roof. She saw me get off centered. She's seen me get mad. She's seen me get over emotional. Because she's seen me get over emotional, bro, that just made I'm pretty sure that was an ego boost for her. And a lot of people are saying like, yeah, bro, you shouldn't have let her seen you like that, bro. Like XYZ. And at the time I didn't know. Again, I ain't had no brothers growing up. I was a simp ass nigga. You feel me? Just trying to be nice. Trying to, and then I was kind of moving in denial as well too. So again, bro, I had to learn a lot, bro. I had to learn a lot. I had to learn that like, as men, we can't really show our emotions like that. We can be emotional, but it has to be controlled. Um, and then we'll just like, me personally, I get to a point where it's just like, all right, now it's time to really, focus on myself. Make sure that I dot all my I's, cross all my T's. Whenever I do get back out in the dating world, ain't no female. Listen, I'm sorry. I'ma have my car. I'ma have a spot. That's the minimum. That's the minimum. You'll be so surprised, bro. And women, I don't even think women understand how they actually talk to guys that they're doing better than. That's why like a lot of educated women, they don't really like to talk to guys who probably don't have an education like that because they feel as though that they're better, they have more. But in reality, bro, uh, real recognize real. I don't care how much accolades one person may have. At the end of the day, it's all about the control from within. It's all about the control of the emotions. It's all about your mindset. It's all about letting things go. It's all about leaving her alone, especially if she is toxic. Don't get caught up in the back and forth of her arguing with you and then give you the pussy. That's very manipulative. And there's a lot of women who'll do that shit just to keep you around. Whole time they got their other options as well. So keep in mind, one of the biggest lessons going into this week, I don't care what's happening. I don't care if you're stuck in traffic. I don't care if your boss is pissing you off. Find a way to transmute your energy when you feel some type of way, when you feel angry or whatnot. Remember who you are. Remember, ask yourself, would a king react this way? You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's actively retaining their energy. Yes, you are gonna feel your emotions and you will feel other people's emotions. But ask yourself, is it worth lashing out? Is it worth, showing this side of you? Like, what's gonna come out of this? You know what I'm saying? The more you are cognizant and aware of how you feel within, the better each situation will actually play itself out. And this could be at work, your girl, wherever. At the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do to maintain frame, stay focused, stay on the journey. MGT, what it do? It's your boy Moody Starr, and I'm back again with another video. If you're new, you already know what to do, man. Become a subscriber, like the video, and join MGT. This is a channel where I like to highlight current events and talk about my spiritual walk here in this beautiful, fucked up, sideways ass matrix. Now, first of all, I got to say a special shout out to anybody that's holding on to your energy, going within and being high vibrational. Here at MGT, this is what we do. We work on ourselves every single day. Intro for the outro. I'm definitely see you guys on the next video. Remember, stay centered. Don't let nothing try to get you off your game. Even if like you get off your game a little bit, bro, we have to refocus. It's okay to have emotions. It's okay to be angry at times, but we can't live in those emotions because that living in those emotions can actually destroy us. You feel me? We can recognize it and then learn how to let go and move on. I'm gonna definitely see you guys on the next video, bro. Peace.